friend over here has a poster that says Revenge of the Jedi, which, you know, they changed it to Return, and so that means it's worth a little bit of money because it's a collector's item.
The people in this crowd will soon be among almost 40,000 who have seen a new science fiction movie at North Park Cinema 2. The movie is called Star Wars, and since it opened here 9 days ago, capacity crowds have filled the 1,100 seats in the theater almost daily. In only 9 days, Star Wars has grossed more money than any movie in Dallas history, although the manager of the theater will not yet release the exact amount of profits. Star Wars has been a good luck charm for theaters throughout the country. The movie made $2.6 million nationally during the first 3 days it played. Although lines at North Park Cinema stretched to more than a half-mile long and the movie cost $3.75 a person, no one tonight seemed to mind the crowds. Why are you waiting in such a long line to see a movie?
Well, we've just been looking forward to seeing it. We've waited about a week. We were hoping the lines would kind of diminish, but we just kind of wanted to see it tonight. We're pretty enthusiastic about space program and things along that nature.
Well, I'm a real science fiction fan. I've got hundreds of science fiction books at home, and I think this is going to be a science fiction classic.
The distributors of the family science fiction movie, 20th Century Fox, have been near the top of the New York Stock Exchange during the past week because of Star Wars box office success. If the movie continues to draw the crowds and money it has during these early weeks, the North Park theater manager says Star Wars will go on to break all existing motion picture records. Karen Parfit, The Texas News.
The line started forming at 6 a.m. By 11 o'clock, it stretched around the corner, and everyone there was bent on buying tickets to the one-time-only showing of the Star Wars Trilogy.
Well, because my husband said I better get tickets or I don't get to go home tonight.
It's a rare chance to see all three of the now classic films back-to-back on a 70mm print with Dolby sound. A Star Wars fan's dream come true. While waiting for the box office to open at noon, fans used their time wisely. Some knitted, some just relaxed, some escaped into another fantasy world, and some just caught a few rays.
They know to play by the rules. They know that they're not going to, if they fool around, if they start being rowdy, we just take them out.
The same phenomenon occurred today in 7 other cities, including New York, LA, and Denver. It's a benefit for the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, with the money earmarked for children's programming. If the fundraiser is a success, the Star Wars folks may offer the trilogy in other cities to an always eager audience.
I've seen the original Star Wars about 200 times, and the other two about 50 times each.
I've seen the first one about 50 times, the second one about 20 times, and the third one about 15 times. But still, I have not had my fill yet.
The 3 Star Wars films will run until 11 o'clock this evening, and by that time, I'd be willing to bet that even these dedicated fans will have had their fill for a while. Jen Kimbrough, Channel 5 News, Dallas.
The movie is called The Return of the Jedi, but this girl is wearing a t-shirt advertising The Revenge of the Jedi.
My friend over here has a poster that says Revenge of the Jedi, which, you know, they changed it to Return, and so that means it's worth a little bit of money because it's a collector's item.
Perhaps it's that type of finagling that has helped Star Wars Trilogy develop a cult following. Just getting up early or staying up late for a place in line is proof of one's allegiance to Lucasism, but there are temporal reminders for those who may border on heresy. To sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub until the ticket office opens.
From the scenes, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Why is it important to be in line today?
Well, to see the first showing, there's nothing I hate worse than have somebody who's already seen it before sitting behind me in the theater telling me what's going to happen next.
Some critics say the movie is a bit disappointing. To these apostles, that's blasphemy.
So far, I haven't come up with a movie so far that they have agreed the same way I have.
Clint Bond, Channel 5 Action News, Dallas.
I was going through a legal case to get out of it is enough.
Corvette Summer is Mark Hamill's first film since Star Wars, now the top-grossing movie of all time, surpassing even Jaws. Star Wars continues to do business at the box office, but its next big venture is in toys and games. Mark, there's a report that there will be $250 million worth of toys and games and T-shirts and that kind of paraphernalia. Now, will you get any share of those profits?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Not 1 cent?
No. No.
Does that upset you?
Wait a minute, let me think. No, actually, I tried to negotiate before I signed the contract. See, I'm no dummy. I mean, everyone says, "Did you think it was going to be a hit?" I thought it was going to be a big hit. I didn't think it would be cinema history, but I thought it would be a big hit. So I looked and I thought, okay, he's signing me for 3. It's like a whole James Bond gig. If they want to put my face on a lunchbox, I called my agent. I said, this before I signed for it, try to negotiate 1/10 of 1%. That I thought was fair. 1/10 of, and remember, there's 100 points. 1/10 of one of those, which I had talked to certain people and they thought it was fair. Well, of course, I was unknown. That's a big laugh. Forget it. But on the other hand, George did give us 1/4 of a point of the film's. I don't know whether it's gross or profit. It mixes me up. But I've gotten checks.
A lot of money?
Well, they say what I have 1/4 of a point. Do you really want to know all this?
Yeah.
Yeah, very substantial.
$1 million or more?
About that, I guess, or a little bit less from the picture. And they're upping the deals on the sequels to the point where if we're just good soldiers, and do our homework. I mean, be good, but my family.
Welcome, I'm Lando Calrissian. I'm the administrator of this facility.
First of all, I fell in love with the name Lando Calrissian. It's an Armenian name, but he's a bigger than life character, and that's what I liked about him. He sort of transcends all of the little arguments that we have about this and that and that and this, and I like that kind of stuff. He's heroic.
Has your character in Star Wars been a really wonderful thing for your career?
I got a whole bunch of kids out there for the future to come see my movies.
How you doing, you old pirate? So good to see you.
Billy Dee Williams doesn't know what his future is with Star Wars. Right now, George Lucas is taking a sabbatical from the space series.
I just kind of feel he wants to do smaller films now, because these films cost an awful lot of money to do.
But should Lando Calrissian reappear in Star Wars, you can be sure Billy Dee Williams will be ready. Bobby Wygant, Channel 5 Action News.
Man. Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.